Hey, what's going on out there? Welcome to the Tony Gomez Show. And this is going to be my uh, best of 2023 edition. Welcome to the house, Shaggy. We got Shaggy from Haunt the Sleep in the house. How you doing tonight, brother?
Oh, yeah. I'm doing excellent.
All right, bro. I see you. You're cooking something up in the kitchen. What you got serving? What you got coming up?
I got some bacon layered pork loin with some spinach and Parmesan noodles.
Ooh, way to go, man. That sounds tasty. What
Oh, yeah,
uh, do you do most of the cooking at the house?
I do.
I can relate. I do the same thing here in my home. We had a turkey with sweet potatoes and green beans, and
Oh,
I just finished cooking up some chocolate cupcakes. So,
ooh,
man, I've been
oh,
keeping my fingers in the mix all this holiday season, cooking up cookies and making
I made some. I made
pies.
some almond joy cookies yesterday.
There we go. That sounds good. That sounds
They came
great.
out pretty bomb. My
There's
my
like
sister,
going
my
on, man.
sister.
Great year, 2023, and things really took off here for the podcast, man. It was my first full year because last year I got started on like in July, and I went the rest of the year, and but this all of 23 really, as I was going through my research, I was just like, Jesus Christ, I talked to a lot of people this year, but I hadn't had a chance to talk to you, man. What's coming up with Haunt to Sleep?
We have a show next Friday at Black Monk.
Hey, all right, kick ass. Who else is on the
Yeah.
bill with y'all?
We got Texas Devil, and then we got Empire of Ashes, and my buddy David, his band Starlit Sky. They're gonna be opening up for us.
Starlet Sky. Okay, Killer. Is that Danny's band?
Yeah, Danny.
Killer. All right, man. I know all those guys, man. I know, Omar from Empire of Ashes and Matthew, and I think my bro from Headbangers Pit is playing guitar for him now, John Mace, and
Yeah, yeah. I saw
he,
that. I saw that.
right. I saw that. I wonder if he's still doing a means to an end, or maybe he's double duty.
He's probably doing double duty. I used to work with him at a Hot Topic a long time ago.
Damn, man. All right, I remember those days. Was no, that was. I'm sure those. You didn't work there the same time Trey Garcia was working there, did you, by chance?
I don't think so. I
Okay, all right,
think it was back in like 2000, like 14 or 15, maybe.
something like that. All right, yeah, maybe he was a little bit before that. That's all good. So the
Oh,
black and what I like about the Black Monk, it's always free, man. You can
I
listen to
know.
live
Always
music,
free.
and the doors are always open. You just got to be 21 and up. That's the only requirement they have over there. But other
Yeah,
than Zane always provides great
I got a
service to.
lot of my got a lot of my friends coming just to see us and everything. We've been putting a lot of work into some new music coming out soon. We are working on a music video. It's going to be coming out later this year. We have that one's going to be a Nightmare, and it's a revamped version of the old vocalist, and we basically made it our own twist to it, and it's going to be killer. We're going to play it live. It's going to have some special stuff. I'm not going to say, but it's a special treat.
That sounds cool, man. And that's coming up this Friday, right?
Next Friday,
Next Friday. Oh, so that's gonna be what was that?
the
May
12th.
12th. Okay, cool. Okay, great. I'm gonna make it out there, man. That's gonna be cool. All right,
Oh
man.
yeah,
And how's
this,
Daniel doing? I haven't seen Dan or
he's
this.
doing good. He's getting ready to do the Shattered Sun little reunion they're doing.
Oh shit. Have they already got together for rehearsal? Do you know?
I believe so. I think they're rehearsing at the same spot that we rehearse. we
Ah, right.
we
Oh,
we go all the way to Daniel's house in Alice. Go out
no
there.
shit.
He's got a back house that we set up everything in.
Yeah,
We have like 5 different monitors. Like it.
very nice.
Let's get this like it's the first professional like actual band that I've ever been in that's like working with like actual good shit. I've
It's awesome, man. That's great. Hell yeah.
I've never used in-ear monitor systems before, and now I don't like playing without them.
Ah, that's a luxury, man. That's great, man. I'm glad you got those kind of those perks going on for you, man. That's great. Hell yeah, that makes doing a live show that much easier when you hear everybody so well.
Yeah, we hear everybody, and we also have like the backtracking, the effects, and the clicks. We can all hear it, and we already have everything set up. And we have we're still looking for a bass player though. That's our
Oh,
only downfall.
just gotta find the right guy to bash up that 4 or 5 stringer for you guys. He's out there.
I wish I could play. I could play something simple, but there's no way I can like sophisticatedly do what I do as a screamer and have that energy to go out there and then do the bass too.
That double duty action, like Tom Araya from Slayer, is those kind of. It's hard to do, man. It's hard to double up. I
Yeah.
tried. There was a time in Integrity in my band in the '90s that we were in between guitar players. So I told my main guitar player, Eddie Dominguez, hey, show me how to play, and I'll play, dude, until the right guy comes around. So for about 9 months, I was the guitar player. For about 5 months, he was teaching me everything. And just out of sheer will, I learned our parts, and I started rocking. And I wanted to see what it felt like to be like that Hetfield singing and playing guitar. And man, I got it down. I got it fucking down. And it felt great. But ultimately, I didn't want to play guitar, man. I want to just sing. I just want to sing. How you're mentioning right now, to be able to have the energy to do both of them. I didn't feel like I was giving either of them 100% because I was doing it at the same time.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. So
I love jumping around and like just moving around.
I like
energy.
Yes, fuck yeah. Luckily, in Integrity, we had a couple of guys that were interested in playing guitar after they saw us play with me on guitar, that I was able to say, you know what, you're a lot better than I am. You got the job. Let me get back to vocals.
It's like, here's the reins. Take it away.
Yeah, you got it, man. Fuck yeah. I'm glad to be able to just get back to my original job again.
But yeah, I'm hoping that like with these gigs we got coming up this year, hopefully someone will see us and be like, hey, I want to tag along. We're gonna be having the bass in the backing track, so the crowd will be able to hear it and everything. They'll go through the PA, but hopefully we'll get there.
Hell yes. Well, let me say, in the chat room, it looks like I got a friend, Ken Star 44. What's happening, bro? Yeah, I never know who's going to turn up. I just kind of put the invite out there. That way, whoever wants to join in is welcome to it. And that's why I kind of wanted to make it, an open forum like that. I can get up to 10 people in here, including 9, including myself. So who knows who's going to join us? So I tell you what, stick with me as long as you can. And I'm going to go over some of my highlights for the year of a lot of the things I've been doing. Is that cool, Shaggy?
Yeah, I'll be here for like another 10, 15.
Okay, cool. All right. And if you know any of these guys or want to put your 2 cents in, please just jump in. All right.
Fuck yeah.
So first I want to kind of get started by saying happy fucking birthday to Scotty Ian from Anthrax. He turned 60 just yesterday. And he's one of the best rhythm guitar players and backup vocals in metal. He's been doing it for so fucking long, and he's also a member of the Roadrunner All Stars that put on one of my favorite concerts ever. I just got the vinyl, but I can't remember the year. But if you look up Roadrunner All Stars on YouTube, you'll see one of the best concerts there ever was, man, with all these different Roadrunner hard heavy hitters coming together to play each other's songs, and it was just incredible. So a big shout out to Scotty and happy birthday. Keep fucking thrashing out there. I hope to see Anthrax again. Last time I saw them, I want to say was here in town, maybe with Anthrax and Lamb of God, which would have been quite a ways back. But that was a hell of a show. Did you go to that one?
No, I remember it though.
That was a good one. Power Trip was open for that one. That's when we still had Rest in Peace. Oh my God. Shit.
My first concert was Slipknot.
Oh, all right. Was it the Slipknot at American Bank Center?
No, it was the one at Concrete back in, I think it was like 09 or 010.
Was that All too.
It was with Trivium and Coheed and Cambria.
Oh, that one. All right. Yeah, yeah, I remember that one. Okay.
That
Killer,
one was
killer.
that
All
one was
right, bro. I tell
badass.
you what. I got started with the first interview of the year was with my old friend Mike Bettis, guitar player extraordinaire and also a guitar teacher. And he's a front man and the main guy behind Latin Talk, Corpus Christi's premier Latin band. He also has the Alley Cats. He's also a old schooler from one of my favorite metal bands, Hypnotic State, from back in the maybe 86, 87 era. And then Apparition, he went on to play with 88, 89 with Henry Elizondo from Devastation and
Okay.
with Dave Lozano as well from Devastation. So Mike Bettis was a great interview, man. We talked about, and we must have had about maybe 2 hours worth of conversation because we went back so far and just had so much history to be able to share. So that was one of my favorite interviews. And with the Spotify for podcasters that I use, it kind of tells you who's getting the most views and things like that. So I've got to give shout out to Mike Bettis getting the most views for my whole year. I think he hit almost 200 views. So badass, Mike. Thanks for bringing your friends and your fans to the Tony Gomez show and letting them check out the interview. And then just a couple of degrees of separation is my other bro, my high school friend Dave Lozano, who also was in Devastation and recorded their classic Idolatry album with Scott Burns out of Maury Sound Studios in Florida. It was a great time right then. I was like 88, 89. That's when me and him were graduating from Mary Carroll High School. And he was recording the Idolatry album, going to Florida and all the rehearsals that he had up to then, man, he had some tremendous chops on drums. And I started out on drums to begin with. So having my bro also being able to be the man to lay down some badass drum tracks like he did for that Idolatry album was very similar to like Igor Cavalera from Sepultura at the time. And David, just one of my best friends. We graduated together, went to graduation ceremony together, and we still keep in touch. Almost every other day, we talk to each other by keeping in touch by way of Facebook. And he's doing good. He's got another band he's got coming along, and I'm sure it won't be long before they have some material out. And he'll probably try and make it over here to Corpus because he still has family here in Corpus. So definitely a reason for him to come and do a show. Maybe my band War Cult, my new band War Cult, can do a gig, and maybe we can team up with Haunt the Sleep and put something together if Dave comes to town.
Oh yeah,
that'd be cool. All right. So next guy I remember interviewing at the beginning of this year was Jimmy Rodden Smithwick. And of course that he's a front man for the Really Roddens, and now his new band called the Love Bombers. They just played night before last over at the House of Rock. And he's also a former member of Dead Man's Hand. And Jimmy's also in my Christmas band, the Harbor City All Stars, and we had a great talk. He's also got his own guitar repair store called I believe it's Smithwick's Repairs. So if you need your guitar worked on, Jimmy's got almost 3 decades of 30 years of guitar experience, and he really can do some wonders to your six stringer. So if you need any help, check out Jimmy. And we had a great time talking. He came from I believe it was Kingsville, right? And seeing things from his perspective on how, I already thought that Corpus was a small town because everything would kind of filter down from Austin to Houston to San Antonio and finally to Corpus. So that was just kind of the way things were, especially back in the 80s when we didn't have the internet or even cell phones. We just had,
remember those days.
we just had records that you would be able to get a hold of at Craig's Record Factory. And there were some small underground publications that would let you know about bands that were coming out. And so it was kind of hard to keep up with all these new bands that were coming out. But if you came from Kingsville, it was even harder than if you were from Corpus, because you weren't really getting much of shit unless somebody was giving you something from one of these other bigger cities. But Jimmy was hungry, and he fucking was always wanting to be a front man. And I always see Jimmy as another Mike Ness from Social Distortion. He's just amazing front man, great vocals. And this year we had him do a solo song, at the Twisted Christmas show, and he sang Blue Christmas, Misfits version from the Elvis Presley. And
Oh
man, he
shit!
nailed it. Yeah, he nailed it all. It was great. He nailed it. It was awesome. Let me see. I think on
Damn.
that we had Mike Leal was on bass all night. We had Jimmy on guitar. We had Benjamin Salinas on guitar, and we had John Luna on drums. So we had a great lineup of musicians for that song right there. But shout out to Jimmy, Mike, and Dave. My first 3 interviews of the year, and moving on. Let me take a little sip here. How's dinner coming over there, Shaggy?
Oh, it's good. It's almost ready.
Almost ready. All right, all right. I feel like we got Gordon Ramsay in the house, man. The rocking version of Gordon Ramsay. Whew. And he's getting ready to get busy. Yes, getting hands on. I love
But
it. Keep it
I
going.
got a good old surgical steel serrated blade.
Yeah, all right. A surgical strike. Yes, I
Oh
like it.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
I bet you John had a fun blast playing with El Nino.
oh man, I can only imagine. Talk about, one of those dream come trues to be out there on the road doing big shows with them like that, opening up for Megadeth and Biohazard. Holy shit,
No,
playing arenas. Oh
that's
man,
fucking nuts.
it's nuts, dude. If you're going from dropping off the mail one weekend, 2 days later, you're in Chicago. Boom.
I know.
Wow.
Check.
But
Oh, okay.
being a professional, and ooh, look at that. Yeah. Man, you fixing it up. That looks great. Well done. Well done.
Oh, yeah. Barbecue bacon.
Damn, I love bacon. Hell yeah. And barbecue. What a combination. You can't get better. Well, let me tell you that my next guy that I interviewed was also another fun guy to speak with that I was able to meet for the first time. Here, I think it was at Zeros when he was playing with MOD. I'm not too sure what the MOD album was, but it was before Zeros closed down, so it was quite a ways back. And then after that, I caught him over at at Brewster Street, and I'm talking about the one and only Metal Mike DeLeon from Flesh Hoarder, and also always, main man and guitar shredder for Philip Anselmo and the Illegals, and also the main guy on the axe with right behind Max Cavaletta and Soulfly. I mean, Mike is getting around. His band Flesh Hoarder was opening up for the Pantera, the Pantera Legacy Tour. They did like 4 dates, and I got to catch him in Austin, and amazing. I had them on the show. I even had the whole band on the show, but that was right before that tour started. But I was able to speak to Mike ahead of time, right before he hit the road with Soulfly, and such an easy guy to talk to. And he had a great story that he had to share with me. And what it was Zach Wild wasn't able to get with Phil, Rex, and Charlie for their first round of rehearsals because he was still I think he was ill. And so for 2 weeks, first guy Phil and Selmo thought of was Mike. They were doing the Vocal Display of Power set already for the Slayer final tour, and they were the opening band. They were doing nothing but Pantera, so Mike already knew the solos, knew the riffs. So he called Mike and said, "Hey, dude, we need you to fill in for Zach until he comes in." So Mike flew up there. Next thing you know, he's jamming with Charlie and Rex and Phil doing the Pantera, getting things ready for Zach, getting things warmed up. And just so proud of Mike and everything he's accomplished, having a great run around the world with Soulfly, and son of a gun, man.
That's
And
incredible.
with Flesh Hoarder within the past 3 months, and just really staying busy and always staying busy. And he's got some great endorsements. So just so happy for Mike. I wish him the best in 2024. And thanks so much, Mike, for doing my show. And next guy came along to the show, old friend of mine, guitar player for Switchblade Jesus. I'm talking about Eric Calvert. Hell yeah, owner and creator of Frost Giant Electrics, and also shredder for Throat Locust. Hell fucking yeah, love me some Throat Locust. So me and Eric had a great
I know
talk.
Rob from there.
What's that, bro?
I said I know Rob from the drummer from Thorologos.
Yeah, Rob Ganthu.
Yeah.
Yes. Now they've got Josh Burnell. They've got Josh Monster Burnell on drums. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
They've got him on drums probably for at least maybe the last month or so, if not longer. But
Okay.
Rob's always grinding. He's always making things happen. He's got a killer drum set. I think he's working on something with a cousin of his, and I've heard the material already, and it sounds great. It's
Yeah, I think
metal.
the like, renounce your gods or something like that.
Say again.
I think the band he's creating is renounce your gods.
Oh, okay.
I
All
think
right.
he's trying to create something.
He is, and he'll make it work, dude. He's persistent. He'll persevere.
Oh yeah.
And he was also in the first year of the Tony's Twisted Christmas. Man, he did great. Man, he's got some great vocals. He's got some great vocals. He was awesome.
I wanna join y'all next year.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll check it out. All right, all right. I like that. So Eric was on the show, and we had a great talk, man. How he got started with Frost Giant, and him telling me about his history, and you know what I thought was awesome was he came from a rocking background. You know, not all of us had the luxury or had the benefit of support of coming from a parental support background where your dad is taking you to go see Pantera, Soulfly, and no, I mean Pantera, Sepultura, Typo Negative. You know, he's taking you to go see Slayer. He's taking you to go see White Zombie. All great shows that Eric and his dad went to go check out together, and those are experiences that I never forget that I do with my friends. So really being able to do that with your dad is a moments that are unforgettable to say the least, and very bonding moments. So Eric, rest in peace to your dad. I know he's so proud of you and everything you're doing, and I'm just proud of everything that you've gotten done, Eric. You're just a tremendous fucking grinder, getting everything done from all your bands to your own business. Really proud of you, brother. Keep up the great work, Eric, and thanks for doing the show. So is it almost dinner time over there?
Oh yeah. I'm just searing off the meat right now. It's already cooked, but I like to give it that little grill right there at the end, just to like give it that little burnt crisp on the end.
I like that too. That's what I was just doing earlier. I fixed up some barbecue chicken, and I just crank it up to 9, like for a minute and a half, just to get that last sear it real good. Get those seasons nice. Try not to dry it up too much, but definitely that little sear going. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take off. It was nice being on here. You got to have Haunt the Sleep on your podcast soon.
I believe it, brother. I'm down for that. Definitely. Let's try with Momo. We'll see if we can make some plans for that. All right. All right.
Hell yeah. You take it easy,
brother. Great seeing you. Happy New Year.
You too.
Hope to catch you a week from Friday on the 12th, Black Monk Tavern.
Oh yeah.
All right, brother. Take care.
You too.
All right, man. That was great having Shaggy to tune in and join us here for the best of edition. And if I got any other friends that are out there, join in. It looks like I thought for a second maybe we just kind of get bombarded by guests. Guys just wanted to come in and say hi and maybe see what's going to be going on for 2024 if they want to share their story. So any former guests, just feel free to hit the link and jump on in. It's as easy as that. So in the meantime, let me keep on going through the show. After Eric, I ended up going to one of my favorite interviews with one of my idols, Blaine Cook from The Accused. And also he got started with the farts. And I tell you what, let me take these off right here. He got started with the farts. And oh man, that was an incredible interview, man. He's still living in Seattle like he always has. And he's also a creator and owner of the and I know, should I say, of the, there we go. That's more like it. Now that's going to be better. Okay. The Wicker Bar. He is the host of the Wicker Bar. Blaine Cook, thank you so much for joining me on my show. I had a great time interviewing you. I'm such a big fan of The Accused. When I first got a hold of More Fun Than an Open Casket, me and my old friend Tim Abel, who started my first band with me, Aggravated Assault, Man, we banged to that so many freaking times, man. And then me and my friend Roland Perez, we started jamming the Accused, and we never turned back. Another good friend of mine, Gabriel Gutierrez, kept in contact with the Accused, and even got us on a show that I got up here on the wall. It was over at Emo's in Austin, and it was the Accused with Igniter, Force Fed, and my band Killamora. And if it wasn't for Gabriel, we would never got that connection. So, yeah, thank you so much, Gabe. And thank you, Tommy Niedermeyer from The Accused, for letting us open up for you there at the Emos in Austin. And since then, I've had the chance to see The Accused AD. They came down and they played over at Gators before it shut down, maybe about 2 years ago now. And that was a fantastic show over there at Gators. It was Anchorwat was on the bill. Confused, Drastic Actions. Man, it was a great freaking lineup, man. Drastic Actions were one of the best acts that night. They have a way of just turning up the fucking knob all the way to 11, man. They get the crowd all lit up. They got great energy. Mike on bass and backup vocals, and Arnulfo on vocals. Man, they're a badass band. And that was one of my favorite performances. And really, I try and catch them as much as possible, man, because they always put on a awesome hardcore fucking show. Love it. So, like I was saying, Blaine, thank you so much for coming on the show. We shared a lot of the background of him being in the Farts and the early beginnings of punk rock, and also mentioning that Duff McKagan, bassist for Guns N' Roses, was a drummer for the Farts back in the day. And they just covered so much territory. Blaine has been around. He's seen bands come and go. He's jammed with Dead Kennedys, Circle Jerks, anybody and everybody up and down the line. GBH, he went on. The guys from Anchorwat joined these guys on tour for a short run. GBH and the Accused back in the late 80s. So, Blaine, thank you so much. Great interview. Thanks for being on my show. I appreciate you so much. And so next, let me talk. I was just mentioning Arnulfo Gutierrez came on the show, and he was my host. His first band was Narcos Satánicos, and also he's a front man for Drastic Actions, and now Ill Adjusted. So I just want to give a shout out real quick. Let's see. Can you see my hoodie right there? Yes. Cro-Mags. Hell yeah. Cro-Mags coming to town. Yes. And Ill Adjusted is going to be opening the show. That's going to be a good one. Ill Adjusted, Confused. Shout out to Al Del Barrio. Al from the Confused band. He's also working on a Christmas album. So, man, he invited me to sing a song on the Christmas album too. I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. So, really looking forward to that one. It's going to be an awesome album coming out from Al Del Barrio. And if you want to hear one of the songs already, go to my Tony Gomez Facebook page, and you will scroll down the feed and check it out. I think it was maybe a week and a half ago when I posted his Christmas song. So you got to check it out. It is awesome. So yes, Confused is going to be on there. Ill Adjusted, SNAFU, and also Cro-Mags, fronted by Harley Flanagan. It's going to be kick-ass. So that's coming up at the House of Rock. I think it's Friday, February 12th. So back to Arnulfo. That was a great interview with Arnulfo. Man, we talked about a lot of my favorite songs from him and his background and kind of what got him started. And he also works at one of my favorite places. My favorite places for tacos, that is, fuck yeah, Chacho's Tacos. So he works there with his brother, Michael Gutierrez, and they've been rocking out some fucking fantastic food for, man, I don't know how long, man. I'd like to know, but really we had a great time talking to Arnulfo. That was a great time. Me and him grew up here in the Corpus scene, went to just about every fucking show together. We came from different sides of the city, but we always seemed to cross paths at every fucking show that we went to. So it was a great talk. We talked about some great times when we were at shows that we were at the same place together. So great times. Arnulfo with Ill Adjusted. He's got that big show coming up with Cro-Mags. So guys, get your tickets for that one. It's going to be at the House of Rock coming up February 12th. Next, I had the pleasure of talking to Lockjaw. I happened to be over at I think it was the first time I was doing the rock and roll flea market. And shout out to anybody that's come over there and maybe bought something from my vending booth there at the rock and roll flea market. That day earlier, we had a band come in that was setting up, and they were called Lockjaw, and I've heard them before. I may have seen them back in the day, but they're from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I had the very pleasure of being able to interview. It was Joseph, the singer. It was Scott, their drummer, and also got to sit with Gabriel, their bassist, right there at the in the dining area at the House of Rock. And we had a cool little talk, man. It was a great interview, and super guys, man. Really, really cool guys to talk to, and great little story that we covered in their interview there. And you should give it a listen. All right. So Lockjaw is also going to be in town coming up here real soon. They're going to be at the House of Rock, and it turns out it's going to be January 27th. They're going to be playing with the Body Box, I think it is, Body Box, and of course the headliner, Go Ahead and Die. Go Ahead and Dive, and that's featuring Max Cavalera on guitar, and I think it's his son Zion on drums. So that's going to be a good one. Same night as my band Fistful of Metal is going to be playing at the Black Monk Tavern. So I might have to miss that one right there. Damn it. So Lockjaw, congratulations on getting that run right there. And those guys were just in town. They opened up for. They were just here. They were with Upon a Burning Body. That's right. Yeah, so they played with Upon a Burning Body and Relent. Fuck yeah. I went to go check out Relent. I couldn't stay all night, but I checked out Relent and I checked out Lockjaw, and they put on a great show. Joseph is a fantastic singer, and the band just kicks ass. They're really professionals at what they do, and they take their music very fucking seriously and get it done fucking badass. So listen to some Lockjaw. ASAP. Check them out. You're gonna love them. Give them a like and give them a follow on Spotify. All right. So after that, I kind of did a lot of other things throughout the year, and I was doing some music playlists. And on my playlist, I kind of just got into things that I like. So if you kind of want to know what makes me tick a little bit more about my musical interest and different things that I like, the flavors that I'm into, then you need to give my playlist a listen. I made a playlist for Father's Day this year, for Memorial's Day. I made a 4th of July playlist. I made a Halloween playlist. And I just dropped a holiday music playlist just about a week ago. So check out my playlist. You will have a lot of fun listening to them. There's some good stuff on there. Hopefully some things you hadn't heard before. So check it out. All right, please. I think you'll have a good time enjoying this. So check out this music playlist on my Spotify account, Tony Gomez Show. And you can only listen to them on the Tony Gomez Show on Spotify, because that music that I'm getting is exclusively coming off of Spotify. So thank you, Spotify, for all the great music for the playlist. But if you do want to enjoy all that music and not use the free version of Spotify, I definitely encourage you to upgrade to the Spotify Premium. It's $16.99 for a family account, and you can get I think for yourself and 4 other family members on there. So it's me, and I've got 4 other family members, so we put that to use right there. And I couldn't recommend a better music platform. And also they have a fantastic version of their app called Spotify for Podcasters, which is what I am using normally when I record my audio podcast. So check that out, and definitely step up to Spotify Premium. So moving on, after the playlist throughout the year, I also did a on spur of the moment interview with Cedric Davis, guitarist and backup vocalist for Sanguisuga Bog. Sanguisuga Bob. They came over to fucking House of Rock and they fucking destroyed it. Damn, they were fucking heavy. For a 4-piece, they sounded like a fucking 8-piece wrecking machine. They're so fucking badass. I love them, man. It was a spur of the moment interview right out the back door of the House of Rock. And that's what I like about the House of Rock. There's only one way out through the back, and whether you're moving your gear in or out, you can always catch the band. And so yeah, I was out there right after the gig, and I was able to run into Cedric, and I said, "Hey man, can we talk for a little bit? I got a podcast." And he said, "Sure, man." He was super cool. So we hung out and got a lot of cool questions answered. But the one question that I didn't get answered, that I drove away thinking, "Fuck, how did I forget to ask him this?" That question is, what the fuck is Sanguisugabog? If you know, let me know. All right, because that's like $1 million question. I want to know. So that was an excellent interview. Look at it that's on the Tony Gomez Show Spotify account with Cedric Davis of Sanguisugabog. Also, this is a good one. This is my longest interview ever. And I'm talking about my interview with my brother, Alex Dominguez, original bass player for the one and only classic thrash metal band Devastation, and then Corpus Christi's pioneer thrash metal band, Annihilator. Hell yes. Fuck yeah. And besides that, Sufferance, Killamora. He was with me for almost like 8 years in Killamora. We started that motherfucker together. It was fucking awesome. And also Black Lung Conspiracy, and I played with him in Black Lung Conspiracy. And then next thing you know, I'm joining him again for Annihilator when they're coming back. And then I stepped away, and then next thing you know, here I am back with Annihilator again with Alex and JD De La Rosa, and we're gonna be fucking hitting Texas hard this year. So I already recorded several of the songs, so half the album's already done. And we just got some more recording to do here at the end of January. Hopefully, January, February, we'll have it all wrapped up and hopefully have the album ready from you guys. I believe it's Extreme Records that we're going to be having coming out. And we should have that for you hopefully by March, April. And if you want to pre-order or a new Annihilator hoodies, then go to Annihilator on Facebook and look up the pre-order. Just scroll down the feed right there and pre-order your new Annihilator hoodie. I wish I had one to show off because I just got mine washed, but I know where it's at, and it's hanging in my closet. And I wish, man, I should have worn it. But anyway, pre-order your new Annihilator. And as far as the interview, it was a kick-ass interview, and it was my longest interview ever. Me and Alex talked for 5 hours. It was fucking badass, and it felt like it was only a couple-hour conversation. And we talked about his history because he'd seen it all. He had seen it all, man. We talked about his shows opening up for Anthrax on the Spreading the Disease tour over at the Ritz downtown. I think that was his first show. Rodney got him, and from then on, it was history. Opening up for other great acts, Hellstar, Celtic Frost, Exodus, you name it. They were They went up to San Antonio and opened up for Slayer, South of Heaven tour. What the fuck, man? That's the shit. And then since then, he's just been grinding. He's just been making a name for himself, and he is a legend. He really is a legend. So I'm proud to say he's my brother, Alex Dominguez, and I'm glad to say that I'm jamming with him again in Annihilator. So get ready for some new Annihilator coming up this year. So that was a great talk. Like I said, 5 hours. We had a lot of stories to talk about. We had Killamore business to talk about, Black Lung Conspiracy business, Annihilator. It was fantastic. And it was just talking about an era and people we know, and you should listen to that one. Look that one up, all right? You can even find that one on my YouTube channel, and I just looked that up at the Tony Gomez Show on my YouTube channel, and check out that interview. And you know what? I think right after that is when I had my in-person interview with all the guys from Texas Devil. We were missing one guitar player, but besides that, we had the guys from Texas Devil, and it was a great talk. Back here on my patio, and Daniel came out. He did all the audio visual work and production for that interview right there. And I thought it went great. They were awesome. They were in their makeup, and the costumes are badass. I love Texas Devil, and I got to give them a huge shout out because they also helped me out in my Baldy's Metal Brotherhood this year. They were the headlining act, and they even had me up there to sing the last song, Route 666. I fucking love that song. So that Texas Devil interview was one I'll never forget. It was really awesome. We had it here in my backyard, and the guys were in their makeup, and it was just a great conversation with all those guys. And since then, I feel an attachment to those guys because they're just They've got tremendous heart. They grind as much as possible, man, and they're always writing new music. And I love where they're coming from and the concept that they're working with. So Texas Devil, keep fucking grinding, brothers. I love you guys. So after them, let's see. You know what? I think around that time I did Tony's Final Exam. So this is where I do my trivia show. So I'm changing it up. I'm adding more content to what I was doing, and I just kind of wanted to make the podcast just grow with more entertainment and more content for you guys to enjoy. So I came up with Tony's Final Exam, and in my first episode, I had my bros come back in, and I'm talking about Marcus Leal, Shattered Sun and El Nino, and Hector Juarez from the Periwinkle Massacre, and John Luna, also from the Periwinkle Massacre, and both of them from the Serpents and Saviors, and Deftones Tribute, Knife Party, and also the Harbor City All-Stars as well. Those guys are my bros. Thanks for always being here and supporting me with the Christmas show, guys. And so they did the final exam. That was Marcos, Hector, and John, and it was a trivia show. And I got to say, I'm making it easy on you, all right? So we had all kinds of questions from categories like metalcore and thrash metal and heavy metal, 90s alternative. And the guy who got the most answers correct was the winner. And for that night, you better believe it, it was Hector, man. Hector won that night. So Hector's a winner. He's moving on to the Tony finals. And hopefully that I can get that in before April. So that'll be within a year's time. So I got to get one more episode in because I wanted to make it with 3 winners and 3 contestants. So my first one's going to be Hector. And my second episode of Tony's Final Exam included Oscar Mendez, fuck yeah, from Cat House, Mike Leal from the Motley Crue tribute, Shout, and also both these guys from my Harbor City All-Stars. And also the third contestant on that episode of the exam was David Reed. Hell yeah. Guitar player for War Cult. Hell yes. And also Harbor City All-Stars. So it was a All-Star reunion night that night. And on that one, it was Mike. Mike took it home, man. He knew a lot of freaking questions. I had 80s rock. I had classic rock in those categories. I had heavy metal. And he was nailing them. And I remember distinctly that David didn't get one thing right. Oh shit, he was struggling, but Oscar got a few. He got his share. But Mike, he knew his shit. He knew his trivia. So I got another episode I need to get in. And so right now we're looking at for the year-end wrap-up contestants, it's going to be Mike Leal and Hector Juarez. And I'm going to get one more. We're going to get one more episode of the Tony's Final Exam in here. Hopefully I can wrap it up in February because I got a lot going on right now between now and February. And I'm getting to that. What else is going on? So let me keep going. I had a lot going on in this year. So I got a lot to wrap and a lot of people I want to give recognition to for helping this podcast grow so much this year. So next, after moving on to the final exams, besides the interviews, besides the playlist, besides the trivia shows, I also added a co-star to a weekly episode that I called The Downbeat. And the co-star I'm talking about is John Luna of Eternal Photographies, and I'm drummer for the Harbor City All-Stars, drummer for fill-in for El Nino, and also fill-in for Relent, and also the drummer for Knife Party and Periwinkle Massacre, who is going to be playing the Night of Reunion show coming up February 2nd at the Brewster Street Ice House downtown with Shattered Sun, Darkness Divided. Those are going to be your 3 reunion bands getting together. And then opening up, you got Relent, you've got Zombie King, you got Modern Day Renegade, and you got Tilde. So it's going to be a great fucking show at Brewster Street that night. I can't wait. I'm going to be all over that. I'm covering all the bands. And speaking of, I'm interviewing Tilde, and I'm getting them in the studio this Thursday night here in the studio. They're going to be in here. It's going to be fucking badass. It's been a while since I had somebody in here. So I've got them already lined up. And then I've got plans to come on Zoom with the guys from Zombie King. And that's going to be next Saturday afternoon at 2:00. And I'm making arrangements to also get Modern Day Renegade here in the studio, or if not on Zoom, and also Relent. So it's coming up. Big things coming up for the Tony Gomez show in January. And then I'm going to get Darkness Divided. Sebastian, hell yes. So he's coming back on the show. Remember having Sebastian on the show for my year-end wrap-up. And I'm getting to that with my bro, some life cycles. Yes, hell yeah. But yeah, so let me stay focused. So I had John join me from the on the Downbeat, and we had great talks, and we were talking about local shows, new music, whatever the current topic of the day may be, and just kind of going and just ad-libbing and just having a good time. So John's always a fun time to have on the show, and I can't wait to have him on again. And I know he's going to be back on it. It'll be just a matter of time, probably within the next week or two. So thank you, John, for joining the Downbeat. So after that, I think I had Trey Garcia. Hell yes. From Trey from Stone Groove, Trey from Pillowhead, Trey from The Booked, and also my main man on backup on lead vocals, fucking lead vocals for Harbor City All Stars, Trey Garcia. I tell you, he's such a tremendous set of lungs on him, man. And what a great vocalist, man. He really knows how to take care of business vocally. He's a great guy and has been a real powerhouse of a singer for the Harbor City All Stars. So just really blessed to have Trey in the band, and to be able to work with him every year is an honor and such a pleasure. And that interview with Trey was great, man, because Trey's been around. Like most of my All Stars, we've got a lot of history here in the Corpus Coastal Bend. And so we had a lot to catch up on, and a lot of cool stories, and a lot of things that we had in common, and people that we knew, and shows that we'd been to talk about. And that was a great time. Great show. Thank you, Trey. Thank you for coming on the show. That was great. Moving on, I came to doing a interview on the road with El Nino. Hell yes. So I took an interview on the road with El Nino, and man, it was awesome. Man, we had John Luna on the road with El Nino, and I got an interview with him. It was awesome, man. He joined me and got some minute of his time, and it just kind of shared what was going on in his life at that moment. And just so proud of John and everything he's accomplished this past year, and getting on the road with El Nino and opening up for bands like Megadeth and Biohazard, and just taking care of business, being a professional. And even, this weekend, I know I saw him posted, he's taking care of his first wedding photography job that he did on Saturday. So best of wishes to you, John. And I hope everything went great on Saturday. And I look forward to seeing you real soon. Hopefully here on the show. Definitely going to be here on the show if I'm going to get you for the Periwinkle interview. So yeah, on the road with El Nino, that was a great show. That was so much fun, and that's what's so cool about knowing the guys from El Nino, because I also interviewed Mark Rizzo. Yes, I got Mark Rizzo on the show. It was awesome. Mark Rizzo, the incredible Mark Rizzo on guitar. Oh, it was amazing, dude. Mark Rizzo, super cool. He's got so many things going on. You guys got to go to his Facebook page, get more Mark Rizzo in your life. Look him up on Spotify. Mark Rizzo has got tremendous solo albums that need to be listened to. You got to check them out. So Mark, thanks a lot for doing the show. What a great interview that was. And I also had Sal. I had Salvador Dominguez, dude. Sal, I finally had a chance to hang out with Sal and talk to him on the show, and that was a great interview right there. Sal's came from he was one of the founding members of Upon a Burning Body. He's a grinder in San Antonio. He's with Relent right now. He's with El Nino. He's just been staying fucking busy. He's a guitarist by trade and professional, getting things done. And I got a lot of respect for Sal, and I hopefully, I will have him on the show here real soon. And I'm looking forward to that. Sal and John hopefully getting on the show together, and that'll be sooner the better, because we got the show coming up on February 2nd, so it won't be long. So Sal, thanks for doing the show. So far I've interviewed Marcus, I've interviewed Mark, I've interviewed Sal, I've interviewed Miggy. Yes, I got Miggy Sanchez on the show too, a lead singer for Relent and also backup vocalist for El Nino. So I've had 4 guys from El Nino already on the show. I'm missing Laz and I'm missing Dave. And then I need to get Daniel too. So, man, and I want them on the show. They've been nothing but the best of guys whenever I've had the opportunity to meet them. And I met the guys just last time they were here in Corpus, took some pictures, and super guys, just excellent guys. So hopefully I get a chance to interview them too. And I can't wait. So El Nino, one of my favorites, fucking yes. Keep killing it, Marcos, and keep killing it, Dave. One of my favorite drummers of all time, Dave Chavarri. Awesome, man. God, I love him so much. And what a great person, man. I see him post all the time, him and his family, and just so happy that he looks so blessed and so happy. You know, after grinding for so long, he's got a great head on his shoulders. He's got a great tour bus company going on, and really is the man behind the plan. And the man behind El Nino, and so proud of everything he's accomplished. And thank you for keeping El Nino kicking ass in the 2020s after all these times, just still grinding it. You're the man, dude. Love it. And love the time you spend with Propane. Yes, don't get me started with Propane, man. Oh, my God. Gary Mescal, I still want to get you on the podcast. Love you, man. Love you. So much respect for the Crumbsucker days. God, love it. So, God, I gotta say, I gotta wrap it, but man, I've got so much still I did in the past year. So let me see if I can speed things up here. On my 1 year anniversary in July, my 1 year show, man, I had Life Cycles on. It was a dream come true, man, because Life Cycles is one of my favorite bands. They just happen to be from San Antonio. I had Chris Buckner on guitars. I had Xavier Rios, drummer. I had Jeremy Cuevas on vocals here on the Tony Gomez show for my 1 year anniversary. Man, it was awesome. That was awesome, man. So kick ass. And I'm so proud of them. This year they just signed with 1126 Records. So they got an EP getting ready to drop. Man, support these guys. They've got great merch and their music is fantastic. So look them up, as well as all these other bands I've been talking about on the show tonight. Check them out on Spotify and give them a like. All right. Give them a follow. And so love my guys from Life Cycles. I can't wait till you're back here in Corpus. I will definitely be there to fucking headbang and cheer you on in the fucking pit, and pick up some new merch. They always put out badass merch. Love their shorts, man. They got some badass shorts. So moving on, man. Love you guys, Xavier, and everybody in Life Cycles. Best of 2024. Keep grinding, bros. So, oh my God, another fucking band that would fucking rock the fucking Tony Gomez show with my friends in Woomrod. Yeah, dude, I had Woomrod in the house, man. It was awesome. I got a chance to see them over at Andrew's birthday show at the House of Rock. And if I tell you what, I've had fucking birthday shows that kick ass. I've had birthday shows where you had drummers facing drummers playing the same time. Roots, Bloody Roots, Don and fucking Aaron Ramirez Don Peña and Aaron Ramirez going back to back, face to face, drumming it out. That and Drowning Pool Bodies. One of the best fucking birthday shows ever been done. I've never seen two drummers play at the same time, same song for anybody, but they did it for me and my birthday, and I love those guys. But I tell you, close second to that was Andrew's birthday party. Life Cycles and a fucking mess of fucking bands and Woomrot tortured. Oh, it was fucking sick. But I got to meet the guys from Woomrot, and I from then on we talked to them outside, became friends, got them on the show, and it was a fantastic show, man. I had Anthony, vocalist for Anthony from Woomrot, of course Edward Spear, guitar player. I had John, guitarist. I had Matthew on bass. I had Eli. Eli wasn't able to make it, but I had the four guys from Woomrot there on the show, and it was a great episode, man. You guys got to check it out. So thank you, Woomrot. That was one of my highlights. So after that, I believe before or after that, I had Flesh Hoarder, San Antonio's death metal premier band, Flesh Hoarder, and opening for the fucking Pantera Legacy tour as I went through Texas, and featuring Mike De Leon. And oh man, it just they're just a fucking all-star band of fucking death metal heads in San Antonio that have got the formula and fucking just shred and destroy everything, man. They got new material that they're working on, and so I'm really excited to get some more Flesh Hoarder in my ears and hear some more in 2024. I can't wait, man. So Flesh Hoarder, that was a great interview, man. Just so freaking excited and really happy that they gave me their time right before they hit the road, opening up for Pantera on the Pantera Legacy tour. And I got to see him in Austin. It was a great show. What was it, Germania, something like that, outdoor place, but it was cool. But the best thing about it was just seeing them destroy it on stage. After them was Lamb of God and Pantera. Fuck, man. Bros for life, those guys are, man, touring buddies. So big props, Flesh Hoarder. Can't wait to see you here in Corpus soon. Or maybe I'll catch you in San Antonio. So keep grinding, brothers. Corpus Christi, San Antonio, Texas, death metal forever. Fuck yeah. So Flesh Hoarder, that was a great interview. Give or take around that same time, I did my second benefit for my best friend Baldy, who had passed away last year. Is Baldy's Metal Brotherhood 2. And on this show, I had my friends in Count Your Dead. Count Your Dead came in, man, from fucking Victoria, and they kicked ass. I had my first show with my band War Cult with David, Marcel, and Jerry. And then I also had the Southern Revival return for the second year to kick ass on Baldy's Metal Brotherhood. And headlining this year was Texas Devil. Fuck yeah. And yeah, they let me sing Route 666. Oh, I love it, dude. Fuck yeah. Oh, headed down the road, Route 666, burning on the fire, not giving a shit. That's how it went. That was it right there. Hell yeah. Headed down the road, Route 666, burning on the fire, not giving a shit. Oh, that was great, man. I'll sing that with you anytime, guys. Hell yeah. Texas Devil, Southern Revival, Count Your Dead, my bros in the War Cult. Thanks for coming through for Baldy's Metal Brotherhood. We raised more money this year than last year. This year, we did $11.50. Hell yeah, to the Corpus Christi guitar programs in honor of Baldy Ramirez's family. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for helping me put this show together. Thank you, Casey at the House of Rock. Thank you, Casey Lane. So moving on, let's get this show on the road. Count Your Dead came in, and we're on the show. That was a great interview. It was I guess a week or two after we did the Baldy's Metal Brotherhood, and it was awesome. It was awesome, man. Those guys are so much fun. We've been to a lot of the same shows, and we kind of grew up in the same area. And these guys have been grinding since my Killamora days, and we shared the stage many times in Killamora. And these guys are always down to fucking shred. They're professionals and sound fucking better than ever right now. And love these guys. They're a three-piece that can't be fucking stopped, man. They sound brutalizing. So love these guys. Count Your Dead. Keep grinding. I love you, brothers. Thanks a lot for doing my Brotherhood show. And thank you for doing Tony Gomez show. I appreciate you. Hell yeah. We'll have to get you caught up next year when we get something new coming up with you guys. So next, I had one of my favorite DJs in town on the show, Monty Montana. Hell yeah. Monty Montana from the Eagle 104.5, formerly from C101. And he's just such a great personality and such a great guy to talk to. Awesome family man, awesome rocker, adventurous guy, and just a fun guy to get to know. And so I'm really proud that I had Monty Montana and the Tony Gomez show, and would like to have him back on. I think he's a great conversation, and he's got a lot to share. And would love to have you back on the show, Monty. Love that. I had a great time talking to you, and I appreciate you, man. Hell yeah. Happy 2024, Monty. I'll be listening to you tomorrow, like I always do every day on 104.5. You can always catch him in the afternoon till about 7 o'clock. So listen to Monty Montana show, 104.5 of the Eagle. And so I also got Matt Cantu on the show, TikTok creator and musician. Fuck yeah, man. He has he just made a new theme song, and that was for Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And his song fucking kicks ass. So you got to check that out. Go to his account, Matt Cantu, on Spotify, and look him up on YouTube as well, Matt Cantu, and give his music a like. And he's got a whole album fixing to come at you with all kinds of things from Adult Swim. So if you love Adult Swim as much as I do, you need to check out Matt Cantu's site and listen to his Aqua Teen Hunger Force theme song. It kicks ass. Fuck yeah. If you love new metal, you're going to love this jam. It's all new metal styles. It fucking rocks. Matt, thanks for coming on my show. And keep rocking TikTok, brother. Keep rocking it. So, I had Monty, I had Matt. So, I don't always just have um, guys that are in bands or bands on the show. I like to have everybody that's involved. Matt coming from that TikTok creator, where he's got I want to say maybe 10,000 or more followers easily. I'm sure that number just keeps rising every day, and Matt just keeps writing more music, and he's got some great music on his site. So I'm into the solo artists too. Matt, I'm into it, man. Keep grinding. I love it. And Monty, what a great interview. What a personality. Long time celebrity here in Corpus Christi, and always willing to help out. And so moving along, I'm almost finished right now. And I got to hit my next interview was with the guys from Gratitude TX. Oh, that was a great interview with Noah. Got to meet Noah, Linda, and Ramon, and their drummer Adon, who from Harbor City All Stars and Zombie King, wasn't able to get on the Zoom with us on that day. But man, I had a great talk with the rest of the band, and I'm a fan for life now with Gratitude. I love where they come from. I love their vocals. I love his vocals. He's got a little taste of Jamie Jostin when he throws down his hardcore licks like that, man. And I love that. Anything that tastes a little bit like Josta, man, I'm down. And so Noah he's a grinder, man. He hits the great cleans and he goes hard on the hard parts, man. So great hardcore, I would say Christcore. And I'm proud to say it. I love it. God bless us all. May the Lord bless us, Gratitude TX, and have a great 2024. Their new single just dropped today, earlier at 12:01, right after midnight, and it was "Swing Like David Dances," and it's a fucking banger. It's a fucking badass fucking jam. So really, really proud of everything that they've been able to do over the past year, and they've really been doing a lot of touring. So listen to their new song called "Swing Like David Dances," and "Swing Like David Danced," and we're talking heavy hardcore right here. So check it out. These guys got a lot of flavor. They've got a lot to offer. And this new EP that they've been working on, it's fixing to come out, that they recorded up in Dallas with Tonal Records. With Chris Marshall, is gonna be a banger. I love Chris Marshall's work. Tonal always does a great fucking job, and when you got musicians like Gratitude TX has, you're always gonna have great music. So really proud of Noah, Linda, Ramon, and Adon. Keep up the great work, and I hope to see you real soon. And then I can't forget, we had the tribute to Dave Burke of Devastation. Rest in peace, Dave Burke. We lost him not too many months ago, and at that reunion get together that Pete put together, Pete Perales put together over at the Black Monk Tavern, I had the pleasure of interviewing bass player for Devastation, Edward Vasquez, that day. And Edward was a great interview, really cool guy. The first time I've ever talked to Edward, over 30 decades of fucking jamming heavy metal together, and always see him at every show. He was always at every show I went to. Always a big fan of Edward. Always liked his professionalism. Even though I didn't know him, I thought he was a cool cat because he was never a prick, and he never was a guy that it looked like he had a fucking ego on his shoulder or something. You know what I mean? He's just very down to earth. And whenever I'd see him, I'd always, how we kind of give each other, hey, what's up, that nod, and he would always give it back. Very cool. And when I got to meet him, it was like we were old friends. He treated me like an old pal, and I appreciated that about him. And love you, Ed. Love you, and I love what you were able to get done with Devastation, because I love Devastation, one of my favorite bands of all time. And I'm so proud to call you a friend now, and thank you for doing the Tony Gomez show. And the tribute to Dave Burke was a huge success. Awesome event, great friends getting together and honoring one of our favorite local legends, Dave Burke of Devastation. So moving on, we're about ready to wrap things up over here. So let me just tell you, I think, well, matter of fact, my last interview, but definitely one of my best interviews of the year, was with Robert Asuaga Jr. of, yes, the Jam Council and Taco Truck Heroes. and Sound Vibes, man. Sound Vibes, uh, gear store. We all know Robert, man. He's helped us out. Either if you're a drummer, you're a guitar player, you play bass, you're a vocalist. If you need music need anything in regards to music gear and in the band that you play for in school or in the orchestra you play for, or anything involving music that requires any kind of gear, you know Robert, because Sound Vibes is the premier sales and service gear shop headquarters for Corpus Christi musicians. They've always been there. And yeah, Guitar Center came around and Guitar Center's got love, but no one's got more love for Corpus Christi musicians than Sound Vibes. They're not corporate, they're locally owned, and they're open on Sundays. So Robert, thanks for always helping me and all my other bandmates and all the other bands in Corpus for 30, 40 years already now. And keep jamming, man, kicking ass on bass on the Jam Council. And I can't wait to see you again. That was a great interview. Thanks for spending your time with me. And it was great catching up with you over at the wedding for Dave Reed. It was awesome, man. Thank you so much for doing my show. Can't wait to see you again. And guys, if you need any kind of music gear, go check out Robert and ask for him over at Sound Vibes. All right. You can also ask for Cosme. All right. Formerly of Texas Devil on drums and now drummer for Oven. So ask for Cosme too. He works over there at Sound Vibes. Much love to Sound Vibes. I need some sponsors. Sponsor me, Sound Vibes, Tony Gomez Show. Yeah. Hey, I go a long way and we can grow. We keep growing in Corpus Christi. Love you, Sound Vibes. So I've got to get to probably my last big event of the year, but my biggest production and the most fun I can have out of the whole year. And this is my 4th annual Tony's Twisted Christmas Spectacular. Yes, this year I had everybody but Joe join me. And Joe, I love you and I miss you, man. And Joe's just recently an 8-month member of the Fathers Club. He's got a new baby. His darling daughter is so precious, and she's just the love of his life. And he wants to be there to enjoy every bit of Christmas and these holidays with her. And I can't blame him. So he exited the All-Stars for this year, but he'll be back next year. And I got to welcome new members of the family, Jalissa Villarreal, Luis Garcia, Mario Martinez, Jacob Ramirez, I think it is. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. No disrespect. I love you guys. But the Young Classics are now members of the All-Stars. And I'm going to go check them out. They're going to be playing January 6th over here at the Retro downtown. And that's going to be a Saturday night. You need to go check them out. That's going to be a great show. The Young Classic put on a fantastic show, just like they did at the Harbor City All-Stars, with the Harbor City All-Stars, and then afterwards when they did their own cover set. The All-Stars event was so awesome. It's my yearly benefit for the Coastal Bend Food Bank. We collected canned goods, and we collected money at the door, and everything was collected is going to the food bank. I did a vinyl raffle, and Ralph Davila from Cat House donated an awesome Gene Simmons figurine and a framed AC/DC poster. And so we gave out 5 prizes because I had 3 vinyls, and Mark Pantoja raffled off an Alabaro custom guitar, donated Epiphone 6-string guitar, electric guitar, beautiful electric Epiphone guitar. Alabaro custom guitars, thank you for putting that up, and thank you Modern Day Renegade for getting this raffle together. And the proceeds to this raffle went to Make-A-Wish Foundation. So we got a lot of love out of all our members, and that was particularly specifically put together by Mark Pantoja, guitarist for Modern Day Renegade. Thanks a lot, Mark, and I appreciate you helping out Make-A-Wish Foundation. And so that night, we collected at the door with the raffle, and also thanks to our friends in South Texas Media, Sal Hernandez and Jacob Grimm for designing the posters for this year's, Jacob Grimm for designing the poster for this year's event, and Sal Hernandez for South Texas Media, making everything work and having Howl-O-Scream Haunted Attractions have the Krampus photo booth up again at the Tony's Twisted Christmas Spectacular. Wouldn't be an event without that Krampus photo booth. All right, if we're rocking, we're gonna have Krampus here in the house. He looked amazing. And this year they donated as well, like they always do. They always do. So combined over $1,500. Last year was 900. This year 1,500. So proud of everybody that helps out with the event. Thank you, Casey Lane. Thank you to my wife Lori Gomez for supporting me and giving me the background, the backup and love that I need to persevere through a busy December, and just being an amazing wife and an amazing partner. And in 32 years of being together, and we just celebrated our 26th wedding anniversary just yesterday. So I'm still very excited about celebrating that event with her. I want to spend the whole rest of my life with her, and I can't wait to do that. And she's going to be there for me too. So I love you, honey. I love you more than anything. So she made me forget where I was going with this, but I tell you, she makes me forget a lot whenever she comes to mind. So, honey, I love you. But like I was mentioning, it was back to the All Stars. Thanks to everybody that helped out. Another sponsor was Daniel Adama Productions, and Daniel always helps me with my podcast. He's more than a friend; he's a brother, and he's just such a great supporter and believer in what I do here. And I love him, man. Thanks a lot, Daniel, for always being here and we're getting that great promo put together with Jacob for this year's event, and getting the last year's event recorded. We just got some business to take care of, because I think we've got like a duplication of one of the songs in there. We got to pull out that copy. But anyway, Daniel, you're always the man, number one, brother. Appreciate everything. Lots of love. Thank you, Daniel Adama Productions, House of Rock, and my wife Lori for making things happen this year, and South Texas Media. My Christmas Spectacular is going to be returning next year, 5th year, over at the House of Rock again with the whole gang. So it's going to be 4 groups again. We'll see who the last band's going to be this year. I know my guys from Fistful of Metal were questioning about it, so I sure hope we can bring them to the stage next year to play with us. So besides that, coming up, I'm going to be covering the night of reunions coming up at Brewster Street with Shattered Sun, Darkness Divided, the Periwinkle Massacre. These 3 bands are reuniting. Darkness Divided just got together, I think, about less than a month ago with Upon a Burning Body for the first time in, I want to say, maybe a decade. And Sebastian Elizondo, guitar player for Darkness Divide. Yes, fuck yeah, been on my show. Love you, Sebastian. Great guitar player, also with the Porch Dream, and tremendous guitar player and vocalist. Also plays with Toxicity, the System of a Down tribute. So anyway, I got a lot of love for Sebastian and Darkness Divided and the Periwinkle Massacre. The guys are coming back. That's going to be great. John Hector and the bunch are going to be kicking ass. And then supported by Relent, Zombie King, Modern Day Renegade, and Tild. It's going to be great. I'm covering all those bands, getting them in here for interviews, either in-house or by Zoom, or by, should I say, StreamYard. And it's going to be great. So tune into the Tony Gomez Show all of January. Subscribe to the show so you get your notifications. Give me a like, give me a follow, and make me your number one podcast if you really like it. All right, appreciate it. So getting a wrap up. War Cult's coming back at you soon in March. All right, so my new band's gonna be back. More War Cult kicking your ass in March. And then I've got Fistful of Metal. They're gonna be playing January 27th at the Black Monk Tavern. So Fistful of Metal. Thank you so much for our family and friends that are always being there to support us through all of our shows at Fistful of Metal. And thank you to all the venues that give us love, like Brewster Street, like the Exchange, like Boozers and Zane and Black Monk Tavern. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being good to Fistful of Metal. And so thank you to the 110 listeners that have made me your top 10 of the 97. Well, let me backtrack. Okay, so I got 110 listeners that have put me in their top 10. That's badass. 110 listeners made me in the top 10. Hell yeah. And out of those 110, 97 of those listeners have made me their top 5. 97 made me a top 5. And 50 out of those 97, drum roll please, have made me their top podcast. So thank you so much to all of you that are listening to the show, whether you made me a top podcast or just listen to me whenever. thank you for sharing a little bit of your life and letting me chew on your ear for a little bit. I love doing this show. I love leaving a little piece of history behind with the people I'm able to interview and have a great time having some fun conversations talking about metal and their influences and their history and where things are going. And it's one of the biggest thrills to be able to do this. You guys all make all this worth my time and my love. And if you want to donate or sponsor the Tony Gomez Show, please contact me at TonyGomezShow@gmail.com or contact me on my Facebook at Tony Gomez Show. I'm desperate need of donations and sponsors to keep the light on and to keep the show content going, man, to have cool prizes, gift cards and stuff for the final exam. And just donate them, I'll give them out. You got to donate a $25 gift card for maybe Chacho's for a winner of the final exam. You know it. They're going to love it. And I would love to give that out for Chacho's. Slam Master Booking, want to give away some tickets for some shows. I'll put them up on the final exam. Hit me up. Please, let me work together. But I need some money to get behind some of this hustle, all right? Not a lot, but just a little bit to keep the lights on. And so, let me wrap things up. Thank you guys all so much. To wrap up in conclusion, I appreciate everybody checking out the Tony Gomez Show. Thanks for any comments that you've made throughout the year, giving me a thumbs up, giving me a like, subscribing to the show. I got, I think, 109 people subscribed to the Tony Gomez Show. Thanks to each and every one of you. Thanks to each and every one of you that have followed and given a rating to the Tony Gomez Show on Spotify account. Out of the 34, I've got a 4.9 rating. And I just want to continue the great content. I love what I'm doing here. I have a great time talking to all these fantastic musicians. And I love all these guys. And I've really become a fan of all their bands, but especially of them as people and musicians and talented artists. It's a pleasure. So thanks for allowing me to come into your television or your phone for a little brief moment. So have a kick-ass, healthy, and prosperous new year. And I hope to see you at the reunion show with Shattered Sun, Darkness Divided, the Periwinkle Massacre, Relent, Zombie King, Modern Day Renegade, and Tilda. It's going to be awesome. Thanks a lot for tuning in for the best of the Tony Gomez Show of 2023. Thanks to all my guests, and thanks to all my listeners, watchers, and supporters. Until next year, thanks a lot, and we'll see you at the show.